Welcome to the Kas Show with Chris Ryan. I'm your host, Eric So.
And I'm Chris Ryan.
Got a good one for you today. Tell them why, Chris.
It's our last show.
Got a good one for you today. Tell them why, Chris.
The Dolphins beat the Patriots.
Yeah, we did. For no reason. Just to put the Patriots in Jacksonville against one of the best defenses I've seen.
If New England loses in Pittsburgh next week, Jacksonville's in the driver's seat for the 2 seed, so that's a little worrisome. The main NFL headline this week, Kas Show aside, Carson Wentz tears his ACL. Done for the year, capiche. Do the Eagles' Super Bowl chances go with Carson Wentz?
I think if they're going to stick with Nick Foles, then yes. If I were the Eagles, I would pick up the phone and call Tony Romo yesterday. I would have done it because they've clinched the division. They already are going to the playoffs. You give Tony Romo, 3 games to figure it out.
I think they only have to win.
They have a great O-line. They have a running game very similar to the offense that he's used to, and he has a higher ceiling than Foles does. And if you're going for the Super Bowl, you got to pick up the phone and call him.
I haven't heard that.
Or Kaepernick.
I haven't heard that outside of anybody but you when we were watching the Dolphins game the other night. I think it's a great idea. He's never going to do it, though. He's got a cushy job in the booth with Jim Nance. He doesn't want to risk another injury. It's not going to happen, but it's a great idea, and I'd like you for suggesting it.
I'm
Just
particularly upset because I was an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. I've been like 15 fans because I am a Dolphins fan. And I love the Dolphins. I root for the Dolphins every Sunday, but day 1 of training camp, my quarterback went down. So what happens the first night? What happens the first night of football? Tom Brady loses to the Chiefs. I was a Chiefs fan. I couldn't have been a Chiefs fan faster. And then the Chiefs, they kind of fell off. Kareem Hunt wasn't as exciting. And then the Eagles look good. And I'm like, damn, I'm an Eagles fan now. And you guys ready? What's happening?
Who's the new one?
The new one. The Saints. See what I did? That was a nice pause. Dramatic effect.
But Alvin Kamara could be hurt.
Alvin Kamara said himself that he's playing this week. And even if he doesn't, Mark Ingram's good. They have a great game. I like the way that they set screens for each other. They run like diagonal down the field. I don't know if you guys have been watching a lot of Saints games, but they're exciting. And they're really
very
good.
Exciting. Patriots beat them week 2, by the way. Isn't it crazy, though, how they started the season? AP was supposed to be lead back, followed by Mark Ingram. Now AP's in Arizona. Kamara's lighting it up. He wasn't even part of the game plan week 1. I think he should get Rookie of the Year.
He's going to get the Offensive Rookie of the Year, without a doubt. I mean, you're going to see players like
People were so
Kareem
Hunt
and Jerick McKinnon, but at the end of the day, no one did.
Did you know Jerick McKinnon played quarterback for Georgia Southern when they beat the Gators?
I did know that.
You did know that?
I did know that.
I didn't know that.
He's on my fantasy team. I know everything about that.
I was cleaning up my apartment because I'm moving, and I saw the alligator, and I was like, Jerick McKinnon played quarterback for Georgia Southern? Didn't know that. Fun fact.
Also, Aaron Rodgers is returning this week. I am especially happy. Fantasy owners of Aaron Rodgers are happy. But I think we all know who's happier. Who's that, Chris?
Fantasy owners of Jordy Nelson.
Jordy Nelson. I have had Jordy Nelson on my bench, I think 6 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Because he does nothing. It's literally he goes from 23, 23, 23, and then he gets 0.5 points.
In a PPR league.
I'm in a half PPR league. He got one catch.
That's hilarious.
Real talk, though. How is Aaron Rodgers coming back before Andrew Luck? What is wrong? What are the Colts doing?
Save Peyton Manning. The Colts are the Browns.
Put it on the poll. Could you run the Colts better than Chuck Pagano?
Especially if you're watching Groundhog Day.
Let's stick with Indy. Victor Oladipo is better in almost every statistical category than quote-unquote superstar Paul George was last year. Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis were involved in the trade that got Paul George to OKC. He's currently 16-11 on Indy, while OKC is at 12-14. This experiment is kind of failing.
Yeah, it's failing fast.
And just when you thought that, at least the Knicks suck, Melo's old team looked good. They're sitting at 14-13 and had an impressive win over the Lakers this week. I watched the whole game because I hate myself. Yeah, the Knicks and Lakers, it was fun. But Kristaps is good. Rookie Kyle Kuzma is really good, looking like the steal of the draft. I love watching Michael Beasley do anything. And all of the Ball brothers were in attendance, so it had a little of everything.
Ball brothers always making news on this show. Last week we announced that...
And all shows.
LeVar was taking LaMelo and LiAngelo overseas, but recently this week they have officially signed to play overseas in Lithuania.
which would mean that LaMelo Ball is 16 years old and is a pro athlete.
And he could be 17 years old and in the NBA if the team's stupid enough to take him next year. In semi-breaking MLB news, our first baseball news since the World Series, the Marlins traded Giancarlo Stanton in cash considerations to the New York Yankees in exchange for second baseman Starlin Castro.
That's his real name.
Minor league right-hand pitcher Jorge Guzman and minor league infielder Jose Devers.
Which would mean that Derek Jeter paid his old team to get the MVP, where he is the manager of his new team, off. He paid them to take the MVP, and he did it all for someone named Castro in Miami.
See Colin Kaepernick.
Who is your PR guy, Jeter? This is our last episode. I was an advertising major at the University of Florida. I think I can handle this for you. Don't pick up anyone named Castro.
It's just insult to injury, salt in the wound. Warren Sapp made headlines again for all the wrong reasons. He recently had a sexual harassment suit filed against him, and he said, quote, "I'm always the bad guy."
Yeah, Warren, when someone accuses you of something like that, you're the bad guy. That's it. Notice no one's praising how great of a sandwich salesman Jared was. And no one's out here like, Sandusky's coaching ability was pretty on point. You're the bad guy. You're always the bad guy. Harvey Weinstein, Louis C.K., Kevin Spacey. Stop pretending you're victims. You're the bad guy.
Do people still say O.J. Simpson won the Heisman?
This is courtesy of Tidal. That's the Kas Show.
That's it. We're done.
I'll try to be back next year with something else for y'all.
Until then,
this has been Harry Cassell.
This is Chris Ryan, signing off the last time.
Have a good one.